So there's a super strong tower that they've been consistently buffing in the past few updates, and it's not Gwen, it's this guy. It's the sniper, and it's the millipede sniper actually. It's the bouncing bullet sniper. So for some reason, this tower just keeps getting buff after buff, and it's just a price buff in which they're making this tower a lot cheaper than it used to be, but they're not reducing any other aspects of it. So the change that happened is that the bouncing bullet upgrade now, when you factor in the buffs from update 41 and the buffs from update 42, this thing is now $800 cheaper. Well, actually it's $850 cheaper because they apparently reduced the price of the night vision goggles as well. So while keeping the tower exactly as it was, this tower is just $800 cheaper. And keep in mind, when the price was 3.2k, when it was at full price, this thing was still a good tower. I mean, people were buying it and they were, you know, cleaning out all of these chimps runs in the most difficult maps, but for some reason they decided to buff it again. And don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely not complaining. I love this thing because sniper spam is actually one of my favorite strategies, and so today that's what we're going to be doing. But I was kind of thinking how I want to showcase this, because the last time I did a millipede showcase on the snipers, well, I actually used them in my X Factor chimps run. I don't know how to top an X Factor chimps run actually, so I was thinking maybe we can buy all 3 tier 5 snipers so we can do the Axis of Havoc thingy, and then we're gonna see how strong these snipers are anyways, and we're gonna use the bouncing bullets obviously for the mid game. And let me just see if we're gonna defend this thing. Yes, we are. So I brought Gwen as the hero. I didn't want to use Geraldo because, well, you guys have seen a lot of Geraldo. You've seen enough Geraldo on this channel. Okay, so first off, let's see if we have these next Geraldos, because I do want to greed it out a little bit. I actually want to greed it out a lot. What I was thinking is I want to get a discount village, because if you're doing any type of spam, especially a sniper spam, it is really important that you get some discount villages in before you start buying these upgrades, because look at this thing now. So we just saved $400 on this specific upgrade, and I want to buy even more snipers than this. But let's see if we can defend these. I don't think we're defending the yellows, so let me just use the cocktail. I don't think that we're getting the cocktail, but I feel like we might not even need it. It's super close. No, yeah, okay, so this is probably not gonna work. I mean, is there some RNG to this run or what? Because the previous time we didn't. Oh my god, it's RNG. Oh my god, so I lost. This is my second attempt, by the way, and this is just purely RNGs. Okay, so one of these guys is actually not gonna be enough, so I do want to get the bouncy bullet, but at the same time we need some extra damage, so I'm gonna buy a second one, a second 022, and the idea for this run is to have the entire mid game covered by these bouncing bullets. We're gonna get the elite sniper and eventually the elite defender, and actually all of these tier 5 snipers, they work really well with each other if you guys have noticed. So for example, the middle path is clear for the small balloons. That was super close, by the way. The bottom path is actually damage versus mob class balloons, which kind of falls off for the super late game, so we're gonna have to do something about that. And then the top path is just damage amplification, which is really nice. Let's see if we can defend this round, because if we do, I feel like we're gonna have the money for it. I see yellows making it. No, I think I should use the level 3 ability and see if this is gonna be enough. Maybe we should switch one of these snipers to like strong or something like that, because they're zebras. It seems like we're defending it super close towards the exit, and yes, we defended. And finally, so now look at this thing, guys. This is the tower. I chose this map, which is essentially 2 tracks which converge into one, I guess, towards the end. But even though it's 2 tracks, like, these bouncy bullets, they do not care. They're just a super good tower, but we're still doing the Axis of Havoc, which is getting all tier 5 snipers in one single game on chimps mode. So that means that we have to be really careful about what we're buying next. And it's gonna be around 39 in a second, so we're not gonna have any issues dealing with the small balloons, but the problems are gonna be dealing with the Moab class balloons and just single target damage versus the stronger ones. So the way to deal with that is by getting a bottom bat sniper, which is a part of the thing that we're trying to do. So I'm gonna try and have, I don't think I'm gonna be out buffing this guy, honestly, so I'm just gonna have it like this, under the range of the discount village as well. So let's start with a 202, and this should be enough. I want to save the cocktail, by the way, so I really hope that we don't leak on this round. Oh, these guys regrew actually, but I think we're gonna be fine thanks to the health buff onto the snipers. And yeah, there we go. So we're getting some damage onto the BFB layer, and I feel like with the cocktail we should be able to, we're not even gonna need it. Look at how good this thing is with an alchemist. So let me actually start with this thing, the semi-auto. I'm just gonna have it as a full auto, I think, and I'm gonna keep it like this as a 204, because I do want to get the elite sniper first, and then we're gonna go into the elite defender. But I do want to, you know, get a couple of these bouncing bullets up and running and just have them defend these small balloons. Yes, look at this thing. So around 49, and you know what? Let me just get the bouncing bullet on this guy as well, and I'm even gonna get the stronger stim just so these guys are fully buffed up. And are you guys seeing any balloons? Because I'm not, and this is supposed to be. There we go. There come the balloons. This is the ceramic waves, and these guys, look at them. They're not even making it past the first islands. That's how good these snipers are. Yeah, absolutely no reason to buff these snipers, but we got it, so we're obviously gonna take that. So let me get the supply drop first onto this guy, and then let's work towards the elite sniper. I feel like because we are dealing with the blue mobs, that is, with the PFBs coming out, we are gonna have a little bit more trouble, I think, dealing with them. But once we get to the elite sniper, it should be good to go. I also haven't bought the elite defender in like such a long time, because I feel like if I want some cleanup, I would usually go for the millipede snipers, and then I'm not usually getting the 205 elite defender, just because I feel like it's not always always worth the money. I know that this thing does extra damage to mob class balloons. I'm not exactly sure how much is it, but with Gwen's buffs, I mean, it should be a really interesting combo, right? Yeah, so round 59, we can't even see any of the balloons. Like, this round is supposed to have a not camo ceramics, but camolets, normal ceramics, and then regrow ceramics, and we didn't even see any of these guys, and I was wrong about the BFB. I thought that they were gonna struggle just a tiny bit more, but it feels like, yeah, these guys are just way too good. So once you get the elite sniper, by the way, this thing gives a buff to all the other snipers. They attack a lot faster. And so, for example, look at what's happening on screen. We can't even see the balloons just because this strategy is way too good, and we might actually see the balloons for the first time right now, round 63. So let's see how we do versus these ceramic waves. And yeah, this is, guys, this is exactly what I was talking about. Why is this tower getting buffed? Like, they're way too good, these bouncing bullets. And it's these sleeper rounds again, you know, 65 to 75. Maybe Ninja Kiwi should do something about them, or maybe they've been left like this on purpose, so that whatever defense you had before, it's probably going to, like, it's like 90% of the time, not even 90, it's like more than 90% of the time, it's gonna work until you reach round 75. And so you make a lot of money on these rounds, and that's why we got the money for the elite defender. So let me just buy this thing, let's just have it go to town. And then I also bought one more of these snipers. So we're gonna get one more bouncing bullet just because they're so cheap and they're so worth getting. They're gonna help a lot in dealing with the small super ceramics eventually. Okay, now this is where the challenge might be starting for these guys, although when I say challenge, I mean I'm saying that very loosely. So this is round 75, a bunch of RB. Round 76 is just gonna disappear, and yeah, you guys know how it goes. And actually, as we're entering free play mode, I was contemplating what's the crossbed that I want to get onto the last tier 5 sniper, because we bought these two, and so we're only missing the top hat. And usually I would get the 420 for the stun on the shrapnel, but today I'm actually gonna go for the 402 into the 502 because we're getting some extra attack speed. And if you guys know, besides the fact that this thing is serving as a damage amplifier, it actually gets bonus damage versus mobs. And when I say bonus damage versus mobs, I mean this thing gets like plus 200 bonus damage versus mobs or something like that. So it can literally one-shot the small mob class balloons. So let me just burn all these guys, by the way. So that's why I wanted to get this thing. This thing is like a complete meme versus mob class balloons, but you know what, let's just have it on strong. And actually, this is one of the problems that this setup is starting to run into, because I guess it can deal, if you give it enough time, it can deal with the ceramics and stuff like that, but it just doesn't deal with mobs. And if we have delayed mob popping, that means the ceramics are, I guess they're gonna come out a little bit later, and things are just not gonna go as planned. So until we get the cripple mob, we might have a little bit of an issue dealing with these rounds. So I don't know, we're barely dealing with. That was a nice heated up, by the way, from Gwen, and I feel like, yes, we have this thing. Okay, finally, very good. Okay, I'm actually gonna keep this guy on the lead because that seems to have worked. And let me get the cripple mob, and this is finally getting all 5 tier 5 snipers in one single chimps game. And at this point, if you don't have the achievement, you're going to get it, but I'm gonna finish this game. And let's just look at this guy go. Oh my god, he's one-shotting all of the small mobs as well. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, let's just watch the small mobs. So this guy's set on elite, but the way the elite targeting works is it's mostly strong, and then it switches to first if the balloons go past. I think it was like 70 or 80% of the track or something like that. But look at this guy go. He's just attacking, and he's one-shotting all of these small mobs. This is just insane. Watch at the top. Now he's attacking at the bottom. I mean, this is insane. It just leaves small ceramics, I guess, which shouldn't be a problem for our bouncing bullet snipers. But you know what? Just because these guys are so cheap, I might even buy like another one, I guess. Okay, so let's first off get a relentless glue, because we are gonna need this thing. We need to slow down the balloons, we need to stun them and all the good stuff, as you guys already know. And by the way, it is gonna destroy DDTs as well. So we have no camo detection. Oh wait a minute, we have no camo detection. Oh my god, the money was so close. I remember mid-round that we don't have any camo detection because the village is 202. We got the discount, and this guy were not able to see camo, but now they can. So thanks to this sub that we have. They still don't have enough damage, these snipers, but eventually they are going to deal with everything, but they're going to need a little bit of a helping hand. So I'm not sure if we're going to be buying too much damage, but we are going to be buying some, you know, some helping hand. Like, for example, maybe some damage amplifiers and slows. And look at this round. This is round 92, by the way. 92 has a bunch of 45 Moabs and then a bunch of ZOMGs actually at the back. So I'm going to switch this guy to first, so he focuses down the Moabs, and then we're going to deal with the ceramics later on. So look at these Moabs just kind of disappearing left and right. And I'm going to switch the sniper to, should I switch it to strong? I'm going to keep this guy to, not strong, but I'm going to have him on elite. I feel like elite is appropriate for this specific game. And if we have some ceramics at the back, then it's going to do a little bit of damage as well. But the problems that we're having is these small ceramic balloons. So the way that I want to deal with these ceramics is actually just going to be by getting a, is a 032 is not going to be enough. Let's get the 042 ice tower. So it's going to hold all these guys in place right here when they converge. And here we go. More DDTs, guys. Are we even going to get to see the DDTs on this round? Yes, we do. And and the Cripple Moab absolutely deletes them by itself. So round 95, the DTs are incoming, and I feel like we're going to be able to deal with them. This guy is still on elite, by the way, and even if I had him on strong, I feel like this wouldn't make too much of a difference. And so as long as these DTs start popping, which I feel like the Cripple Moab is doing the majority of the work, also this guy because he's set on strong, so they're essentially attacking the same target with the Cripple Moab. But as long as the DTs are gone just like that, and as long as the small Moabs are gone, we're going to be able to hold all of these ceramics in place, and I feel like we are succeeding in that, although I don't want to jinx it, because these Moabs, they have one more round to make along both sides of these islands, so I feel like we do have this one. Yeah, there we go. So for starters, let's try and beat this round without doing anything. We have $25,000 and we have a lot of solutions, but let's see if we need to buy anything in the first place. So I'm going to keep the cocktail, I'm going to keep the level 10 ability, I'm going to keep the snowstorm, and just let's see if these snipers can deal with the round by themselves. I don't want to say so far so good because I see all these BFBs and they have not even started to pop. And keep in mind, behind these BFBs, we're going to see a bunch of ZOMGs. So I think that these guys, both the Elite Defender and the Cripple Moab, need to come off their targeting as soon as possible, because as soon as the ZOMGs start appearing... Wait, where are the ZOMGs? Oh my god, so because both of these guys were set on elite and strong, they actually just demolished the BFBs, not the ZOMGs, just like in a second. And so we need to get these guys off their targeting as soon as possible. I'm gonna have them on first, and I also bought the Shining Show's mortar. And I was like, wait a minute, where are these ZOMGs? What is happening with them? They just destroyed them, and we just had a bunch of balloons come at us at the same time, which was, well, actually, that was not ideal. So let's see if this is gonna make any difference. I'm keeping both of them on first. Like having this one, the 205 Elite Defender, on first is just probably the saddest thing that you can do, but I guess we have to go like this. And that this guy being on first, I don't think it matters that much because he does a lot of damage, and I feel like he does get to attack onto these mob class balloons from time to time, so I feel like this is a lot better than last time. We do still have a lot of money left over, by the way, but this looks way better already, right? So they're all kind of focusing the bottom side, which is really nice, because if they can divide this round in half, then it's probably gonna be fine, right? Oh, they're shifting towards top. Please defeat these guys at the bottom. Yes, so only one BFB left at the bottom, but these guys in the top, they're kind of close, I'm gonna be honest. You know what? We're probably gonna need some extra damage for the battle around 100. So let me just get like a spike storm going, just to get the cooldown going. Let's see how we're doing. I don't want to use any abilities, and I feel like we're not gonna have to. Yes, very good. Oh my god, it was just a micro. So the only thing that we needed to do was just change the targeting, but it's round 99, so let's switch the targeting back. So have them both on elite. I'm gonna try and save the spike storm ability for the battle around 100, and I feel like just because this Cripple Moab, this meme Cripple Moab, does like 280 damage to, yes, exactly, just because it does 280 damage to Moab class balloons, that's the only reason why we're just deleting these DTs so easily. But yeah, here comes around 100, so let me just get, can we get one more, by the way? Yes, we can. But I guess the most important question is, do we need to get one more? Oh my god, where did the bag go? What? Okay, so this damage amplification with the Cripple Moab, with the Elite Defender, this is just, oh my god, that was so good. We didn't even get to use one of the spike storms, but there it is. All of the snipers in all the tier 5 snipers in one single game. These guys are amazing, and yeah, the bouncing bullet buff, I don't even know why they keep giving this thing that much more power, because it is already a strong tower, and it was a super strong tower before the buffs, by the way, but we are absolutely gonna take it. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna see you all in the next one.